Hey y'all, it's your girl, Astonishing Figure. I missed y'all on last week, but I told y'all I'll be back, and here I am. So if y'all are listening to this, go ahead and hit the share button for your home skillet. I sure would appreciate it. And I hope y'all are having a good day on today, at least somewhat decent day on today. So once again, if this is your girl, Astonishing Figure, if you're listening, go ahead and hit that share button. But I'm going to get right to this message, because I don't want to be before you guys very long, because I know people are getting ready for that Super Bowl on tomorrow. And everybody cooking it up and stuff like that. So I won't be before you guys very long. Just tried to come with a quick message. And y'all see the topic. Y'all see the title. Choose wisely. And when I'm talking about choosing wisely, I'm talking about the choices that we make, right? So I'm talking about choosing choices that will elevate you, that will make changes in your life for the better, right? So when I was talking to a couple people on today, it was like more or less I got the topic of to pursue happiness. What is happiness, right? So why should you want this in life? Why happiness? Why happiness? Many people go through life and go throughout life being sad, being depressed. Some of it is their fault and some of it is not, because it's genetic, right? So when we're talking about happiness, choices is chances for you to live your life to the best of your ability. Let me say that again. Choices is chances to live your life to the best of your ability. So when you're making choices, you're taking chances to live your life. And when you're making those choices, you're figuring that you're doing the right thing, or you're doing something that will make you elevate in life. So when you make that choice, you want to choose wisely. That's why I said choose wisely. When you stop making choices, you stop living. And when you stop living, then you are like not, if you're not living, then you're dead, right? So death brings depression. Death brings sadness. You don't feel adequate. You are hopeless. So we have to make those choices in our lives to take the chance to live. So with that being said, I thought about the pursuit of happiness. So let me give you guys some reasons into regards to why people are unhappy. Why are people unhappy? What makes people unhappy? Surrounding yourself with toxic people. That's one thing. And we all know that. All know. Stop hanging around those people that got always something negative to say. Comparing yourself to others. That's another reason why people are unhappy. They want to be like Marie and Tina and Dominique or whatever. They are comparing their lives to everybody else, when of course you shouldn't be. Another reason why people are unhappy is they are trying to be people pleasers. They want to make everybody happy. And as a social worker, I know that's impossible. You can't make everyone happy. You just can't. Another reason why people are unhappy is they are working too hard to make a living and not living their life. So instead of, living the life that they want, they're working so much and doing so much and giving so much of themselves that they are not making time for what's important to them in their own personal life. Another reason why somebody may be unhappy is they are focused on what somebody else thinks besides of what they want to do, right? And this happens with everything. We always want to think about what somebody else thinks about something instead of think about what we think about it, right? We worry about the small things. That's another thing that can make you unhappy in life. So in regards to pursuing happiness, we have to really take control of our emotions. We have to really understand, like I said, you can't please everybody. It just doesn't happen like that. So we really have to take control of our emotions and what we want in life, right? If you are listening to this, go ahead and hit that share button for your home skillet. I sure would appreciate it. So why should we be happy? One of the things is longevity. Statistics say that being happy adds 7 to 10 years onto your life. I think I'll choose happiness. 7 to 10 years just for being happy? Just for choosing not to indulge in toxic behavior or choosing to choose yourself first? You mean I'm going to live 7 to 10 years more? Bet. I'm on it. So that's one reason why you should choose happiness. Another reason why you should choose happiness is it lowers diseases, and meaning blood pressure, depression, anxiety. So, and is these challenges? Absolutely. Absolutely, they're challenges, but living is a challenge within itself. So if I'm going to be challenged, I'm going to be challenged in my happiness and not just living, you know? Remember that you can't always stay happy with one thing. So switch it up a little bit. Start to really dig in deep and see what actually makes you happy and what actually doesn't make you happy. And go from there. So, statistics, once again, 50% of our happiness is contribute to our genetics. So, genetically, you are already against 50% because you were born that way. That's why it's hard for some people to get out of things than others, because it's hard for them because it's genetically. They genetically don't have the makeup to get themselves to be more happier. 10% is your home, your work, your marriage, or relationships. That contributes to your happiness. And then the other 40% is your own self-control. So we have to understand that 50% of our happiness has nothing to do with us. It's genetics. And then the other 50% has a lot to do with us. So those percentages is half and half. So half of us are genetically fighting our genetics, so to speak, to be happy. And then the other 50% is actually what we have control over. So like I said, that's why people, when they are stuck in a rut, or when they're stuck at a job, or whatever the case may be, why they can't get out of that rut so easily than somebody else could, why they can't make the conscious enough decisions to pursue happiness instead of being sad. It's because of 50% is already impacted with from our genetics to have our happiness, so to speak, I guess. So that's a high percentage, I may add, that we have to fight against to be happy. 50% already when we're born. So you mean to tell me when I come out the womb, if my family don't have like happy genes, you mean I gotta work overtime just to be happy on top of my job and my relationship and, you know, my surroundings and then my own being? So I gotta work double time than anybody else would that has happy genes that they were, you know, already inherited with. Is it fair? No. But is it possible? Absolutely. So in regards to choosing to be happy, understand that we have to manage our emotions. And last week I was challenged with this because a lot of things was going on. It seemed like it was just one thing after another. Like my car messed up. I had to get a ride, you know, somewhere, you know, to work, and trying to figure out my schedule. And then I have all these other people that I'm responsible for. And then a nail went in my tire, and it was just so many things. And did I get in a rut? Just a little bit. But remember what I told you, I surrounded myself with positive people that was uplifting me through this challenge that I had to face in life. So it's very important to surround yourself with like-minded people and positive people that's trying to pursue their happiness as well. Be committed to yourself. So I was committed to pushing through that week. I was committed to pushing myself to a better me, despite of what was going on around me. Practice being mindful. Being mindful of the things, and I always talk about mindfulness, and it's like a cliche, so to speak. But I always talk about being mindful. So be mindful about when you pursue your happiness. Be mindful that you will have, hey Dominique, be mindful that you will have errors in your life. You will have flaws. You will have people that don't like you. You will have people that do like you. I was just talking to somebody, telling them, and they were saying, like, whoever doesn't like what you do, then eliminate those people. But I guarantee the people that like you will bring more people, and that number will balance itself out. So the people that left that didn't like you, you'll still be embraced with people that are encouraging you and are being around you and are wanting to support you. Relax and be patient with your growth too. Happiness is, yeah, you did make it. Good to see you. Understand that when you are practicing being happy, it's a challenge because it's so much negativity around us. Everybody is not trying to pursue being happy. Don't get it twisted. Everybody doesn't want to be happy. Like, they just don't. They don't want to be sad, but they're not trying to pursue to be happy. So you have to understand what's around you as well, and what you have to eliminate from your surroundings in order to pursue that happiness. You have to understand your own self too. And like I said before, you have to understand what you're tackling genetically within you that you were already born with. So it is a challenge, a really, really hard challenge to pursue your happiness. And I just want you guys to be encouraged on today that holding on to grudges and being angry and repeating cycles of bad relationships, you're probably not on the right path of pursuing happiness. So, and avoiding your problems too. Face your problems straightforward. And I do have a difficulty with facing some problems. My homegirl told me that. Like, I try to avoid some things, but I avoid them sometimes to not hurt anyone's feelings. But that is an excuse too, because what I say, it needs to be said. So stop avoiding those problems, right? Stop avoiding those problems and face them head on. Is it going to bring you anxiety? Yeah. Is it going to bring you frustration? Yeah. But in that, in approaching your problems, you will be able to enhance yourself. You're building yourself up to a different level, because the whole thing is to pursue your happiness, right? So in regards to pursuing happiness, like I said, it's choices. It's when you pursue your happiness, you're making choices to take a chance to live your life. Period. And do not allow anyone, and I do mean anyone, no kids, nobody, to deter you from making that choice. Because kids have a bias, right? And kids want to pull on your emotional strings. They do that quite well. They do. They were born with it. We did it too. We spoiled them. So we allow them to pull on our emotional strings. But at a certain time in your life, you have to decide to make that choice, to take that chance and pursue your happiness. Thanks, Bree. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, girl. One of the things and one of the challenges about pursuing your happiness is walking away from people and places that no longer serve you, right? So it's a challenge for me. I'm always going to tell y'all it's a challenge for me. And if you know me, you know that I preach. When I'm preaching to y'all and me. If you know me, you know I take in the same thing. I do. So when you have to choose to eliminate things out of your life, and that's behaviors, to eliminate behaviors and things and people out of your life to pursue your happiness, it's very challenging. It's very challenging. Is it impossible? Nothing's impossible. Nothing. But it is challenging. And in that challenge, you have to surround yourself with people, and people that will help you to pursue your happiness. A lot of times people are walking around with other people's insecurities. Okay? I'm going to say that again. A lot of times our sadness, our depression, our frustration is not of ours, but of other people's insecurities. And what I mean by that when I say that is that somebody may say something about you, or somebody may do something and you think it's really your fault, when it's not really your fault. They're just projecting their insecurities upon you. So now you're trying to change yourself. Now you're trying to do little other things. Now you're trying to do this and try to do that to give them gratification about their insecurities. We have to realize and know ourselves wholeheartedly that you know that that's not your insecurity, that's someone else's. I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. So when you are deciding to pursue your happiness, understand that everybody won't like it. They're not supposed to, because it's your happiness. Understand that in pursuing your happiness is a choice. So you are choosing to be happy. You have to choose to be happy. And then once again, like I told you guys, that you are battling, first of all, your genetics, because 50% of people are genetically challenged by being happy. And then that other 50% is your environment and your own choice. So we want to choose to be happy. And whatever you got to do to choose to be happy, as long as you ain't like, going on a hurting spree. Like, I choose to be happy because I want to hurt everybody else. That's not what I'm talking about. I am talking about choosing to be happy in a positive way. Not I'm about to hurt everybody because I want to be happy. That's an insecurity. That's actually an insecurity, because if you feel that hurting somebody else will make you happy, you're insecure about your own self. So what I'm talking about is pursuing happiness for you and doing good. Everybody know what good is. We learned that in first grade. We learned first grade to be good or to be bad. And sometimes life gets us feeling that we are doing good by snatching things away from people, or I can't think of it right now, but we feel like sometimes doing good things is, sometimes we get confused being good and bad at the same time. That's a different session. I may study up on that, and I may bring that to y'all. I think I am next week. What I want to leave y'all with on tonight is, first of all, I love y'all like a fat kid love cake. FYI. Second of all is, I want you guys to understand that you can only control what you can control. That's it. That's it. So when you try to control something else that's out of your control, that is a sure way of being unhappy. So on tonight, if things don't go your way, if things are not like you want them to be, it's okay. It's okay. You just have to choose something else to make yourself happy. It's okay to be okay. You don't have to be happy all the time, of course. It's okay to understand that life has its ups and downs. But we are going to choose to be happy on tonight and tomorrow when y'all watching that football game. We are going to choose to be aware of the things that are not giving us gratification. And we're going to eliminate them from our lives, because we only have one life right now. And we only have this life to live. When you choose to be happy, you are elevating yourself to a different level of awareness. And when you are aware of certain things, you are growing. Being aware that the stop sign is right there is saving your life from being hit by something. So if I'm walking down the street and I see a stop sign, I am aware of that stop sign. That stop sign is there for a reason. It's preventing a crisis happening. So we want to choose happiness so we can prevent from being sad, okay? We want to choose happiness so we can be more aware of living life. I hope this message really impacted a thought in your thought process. I hope this message was a little key element to your happiness. Because once again, I want to let y'all know, y'all are battling 50% that's already given to you when you were born. So you got a challenge. It's all about your choice to be happy. Okay? That's all I got. That's all I got. So once again, if you are listening to this, go ahead and hit that share button for your home skillet. I love you guys. I love you guys. And I love you guys some more. Make sure y'all come and see me next Saturday at 10. And enjoy that football game tomorrow. If you guys are going to be watching the Super Bowl, enjoy your family. Enjoy yourself. And don't push yourself. Don't push yourself. You did. Don't push yourself. You can only do what you can do. Okay? I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.